Okay, so my name's Karl Spinner. I own SERVPRO Team Spinner, and that's a way of expressing that, in the last 5 years, SERVPRO's grown tremendously to last year achieving a total of $4.6 billion in national sales. And SERVPRO is a service provider. What we do is we help people. We try to unite with the community around us. We support first responders. We support our community. We combine with our community for teamwork, which is also one of our core values here at SERVPRO Team Spinner. We just look to help people when they're in their worst situation. Our customers experience trauma in their life, and it's our job to calm them down and let them know that everything's going to be all right, and to express our tagline through our work, through the quality of our work, which is we're going to make it like it never even happened. So I knew at a very young age that I wanted to start a business. I always knew that I wanted to be in business for myself, but growing up in the community I grew up in, the stress was on college. You got to go to college. You got to go work on Wall Street. You got to be a doctor. You got to be a lawyer, and college is critical for success. But I had always had little small businesses. I had a painting business. I had a landscaping business. I had a small construction business. But because I felt constantly pressured into going traditional routes, I tried college. I always liked working with my hands, and I liked working with people. And my first shot out of high school was cooking school. Quickly realized that that really wasn't for me. I liked it as a hobby. I still have a passion for it, but it's not what I wanted to do to earn a living and continue throughout my life. So I got an architectural degree, I have an engineering degree, and I always loved construction. I loved building things because it's something you can go back to years later and say, wow, I remember building that. I remember creating that. I remember all the work I put into creating that for other people. And that's what I like to do, is do things for other people. As I was growing in construction, I realized, wow, that there's still this kind of confinement and this corporate structure, and I needed to be me. I needed to create something. I needed to build an environment that people could thrive in, where everybody has an opinion, everybody has a voice. That's what I want in my company. That's what I do have in my company, and everybody feels like they can express themselves, like it's their own little business within this business. So I got into SERVPRO. It was a franchise community. It wasn't really my own, but they are unique in the regard that they make us advertise and put on all our vehicles independently owned and operate. And that's the way we operate. I started 20 years ago. I've been through ups, downs. It's been a roller coaster, 2 partners, and now I'm finally on my own, and I have a thriving, wonderful team around me. I feel like there's no limit. We can achieve anything together. LEAP is a very interesting concept to me that gives high school students, potentially college students, a different angle on life. I've always felt that kids needed as many options as they can get because they need to know all their choices in life. It's not just about college. It's not about being the best athlete and going into professional sports because there's limited opportunities there. So eLeap gives young students an outlet into entrepreneurialism. I think it's extremely important that they have this outlet because they may choose not to go to college, and they may have the drive necessary to be an entrepreneur, be successful in a business. There's plenty of business owners out there that never went to college and have a meaningful, successful, fulfilled life, and they have plenty of passion to drive their business. As you achieve success, you need to give back to have the rising generation come in and fill in underneath you. And it's important to become a mentor to them, to show them where your pitfalls were, where you made mistakes, and to get them to understand that they can make mistakes and still be successful and still get way ahead of everybody else. It's critical to have this in school settings because, again, it gives these kids another look at life, another opportunity, a way of expressing themselves through business and going out into the world and helping people and being successful without going your normal traditional routes. I think entrepreneurialism, small business, it's the foundation of the United States. It is the American dream. To be able to open up your own business, I think entrepreneurialism and small business is a greater dream than the house with the white picket fence around it. It's all you. You get to go out, express how you feel about doing business, and determine your own success. And it could be at any level. You could be a $100,000 business. You could be a $100 million business. You could be a $1 billion business. It's all entirely up to you. To me, sky's the limit. I know EOS, Strategic Coach, eLeap, they all preach 10X. I feel like there's 100X, 1,000X. I think that this can get into every school. I feel like more schools are realizing that they need to have this entrepreneurial outlet. I think that college students need to understand this. They can get a better grasp on, they can go to college and still design their own curriculum. They don't have to live within the confinement of the school system that tells them you have to take these classes. I think they can start to push back a little bit and say, well, that's not really what I want to learn. I want to learn how to do this, this, and this, and I want a more rounded education. I don't want you to funnel me into a certain avenue because I feel like having a broad education will prepare me more for the world and my entrepreneurial spirit. What's also important about eLeap is the inclusion of business owners in our communities. These are people that have achieved success, incorporated themselves into the community, possibly incorporated themselves into the community government system, and are constantly looking to improve the communities around them. And by getting them involved, they can support not only the funding of the scholarship and the funding of our future, they can become mentors too. I think we can reach out to the communities, find these business owners, get them involved, and we create almost our own internal apprenticeship program, educational platform, and a mentorship that is vital to the way kids enter into the business world.